Dun da da dun 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 da da roar. I'm an asshole and that's okay. Piss people off and it makes my day. And it's another episode of John Sees the World? Or does John see the world? And I'm John, of course.
And C's named John.
Richard's back. Okay.
I'm just on camera right now because I'm writhing in pain.
Yeah, and he's got, you don't want to see the faces he's making or and such when he's writhing in pain.
It sounds like...
It looks like...
I'm starting to sound... I mean, it ain't going to be much longer. I'm going to start sounding like you when you get off the couch. Oh, shit.
Yeah, but see, at least I'm articulate. You know, we were talking about this earlier tonight.
Well, how eloquent.
Richard is in a lot of pain, and he's moving himself and stretching his neck and, you know, doing all that. Now, imagine seeing that on a video without sound. First thing that would come to your mind, wow, this guy is stoned.
Fuck, I wish.
Who the hell made that video? Man, look at... Yeah, that thing would go viral, man. It would go viral. But yeah, we were talking from my point of view, going, hey, you know, imagine what it'd be like from this side of the camera watching you go through all that.
The last time I had this, I went looking, I was desperate, you know, looking through the old cartridges. I had one hit of indica left. And I was like, let's see if there's anything in there. Yep, there was one. There was one left in there. And yeah, about 10 minutes, it just went away. I'm like, oh man, why the hell is this illegal? Come on.
Well, it's like I told you guys in one of the earlier shows, the way that y'all grew up smoking marijuana and such. I was smoking opium and hash over in Turkey. So you can imagine when I got home, what the hell is this? Whose Aunt Sally tried to make wine, man? But that was those days, you know. I mean, I was back. Well, for me, that was back in my late teens, early 20s, I suppose. But anyways, you know.
I think the fencing might have finally kicked in, so I'll scoot in the frame. I'll still jump
okay,
around.
go ahead and scoot back into the frame. You might have to pick it up. There you go. Okay, you're almost there.
I'll move around a little bit, but you know.
There you go. Now you got it. We shift over. Okay, so give us a second here. Well, we rearrange our old men bodies. Whew. Damn, that made me want to poop. All that up and down. Nah, I'm kidding.
Now you're liking your bidet.
Oh, I love my bidet. Matter of fact, so I did come up with a list of things that are bad about a bidet.
You learned how to do the wiggle.
Yeah, well, no, it had nothing to do with the wiggle. I don't think it had to do with the wiggle. It might have been in the other book. Let's see, the report. What's the report? There we go. Well, no, actually, this is the advantages of having a bidet. It wasn't, you know, the disadvantages. It was actually I read all this stuff. I just sometimes I can't remember where I wrote it. And okay, the advantages of having a bidet. Now I don't know about y'all, but I've had my share of jalapenos. I've actually been in several jalapeno eating contests. I don't know how many of you are crazy enough to do that. So the hell that follows after eating jalapenos. Those of us who have eaten them on a regular or even semi-regular basis know the fire that can happen. You know,
not all of them are that bad. It seems like some of the fresher ones are.
Well,
can really, you know, they'll light you up, and then the other ones are.
Yeah, eat enough jalapenos on them, you're just going to be back there going,
fried chicken, you know, put Cholula on it, and it's good. But that Texas Pete on the way out.
Yeah, but see, if you live in Connecticut, put paprika on something, man, there's people gonna be falling all over. I should know. I've lived in Connecticut. Anyways, the advantages of having a bidet, of course, is the hot sauce hell. When you take a shit after you've eaten God knows how many peppers or whatever.
Yep.
And you're sitting there going, oh, I really don't want to wipe. This is going to hurt. That's the advantage of a bidet. It just splashes it all away before you all know it. No more hot sauce now. In the summertime, it comes in handy. You know, I don't know about y'all. I can't speak for y'all, but I know in the summertime it gets hot enough that I get what I like to call swamp balls.
Oh yeah. Yeah, swamp balls, swamp ass.
Yeah, swamp ass, swamp
Swamp
balls.
tank. Or the
Nice thing
Spanish.
about a bidet is that you can just go sit on that bidet, run some
I
water
used to
up
do
there.
that
Just,
after mowing the lawn.
yeah, that's nice.
Mow the lawn, come inside. Don't even have to take a shit. I'm just like, I need to cool down. All right.
and then there's that after using the bidet where you get up there and you pat around with a little bit of paper and get the water and everything. Then you drop it in, flush your toilet, and pull up your pants and your underwear and whatnot. And suddenly you're thinking, oh damn, my balls are still wet. Because that 1 or 2 or 3 pieces of toilet paper, just to block yourself, that's bullshit. You got to get in there because as soon as that toilet paper hits that water, it just dissolves on you. It's gone. So then you got to go up and you got to get some more and you got to get some more. Otherwise, you just, oh, hell with it, man. They're dry enough. Pull up your pants.
Hell, I just start walking across some carpet and let them drag behind me.
Well, you know, that's one way of doing it. That's one way of doing it.
Oh God, that's finally kicking in.
Jesus.
Finally kicking in. I'm about to just rip this arm off, throw it in the
Oh, the
garbage. I
gabapentin's
swear.
working for you?
I think so.
Good. But so the last thing I've got is the wiggle. Now, all of you who own a bidet, use a bidet on a regular basis, have ever sat on a bidet, you'll understand the wiggle. We call it the wiggle here. Come on, Rich, you got to wiggle. If I can wiggle with a bad hip, you can wiggle with a bad shoulder.
Yeah.
The
I'm
wiggle.
not moving my arm.
Now, for those of you,
it's just kind of like that. You move the target.
actually, I could see you sitting like that on your bidet. Big old smile on your face. The wiggle.
Yeah, that was the first time. I was like, woo! You know, just laughing like a fucking idiot. But then you get used to it after that. It's like, okay, all right, yeah.
By the wiggle, that means you gotta move your bottom left to right, up or down, or whatever, so that you get the full effect of the bidet. But at the same time, it washes your ass. So, yeah.
I told you I'd make a believer out of you. Did I not?
Yeah, you did.
Everybody I've told so far, I'm like I don't know what my score is. 7-0, 7-0.
7-0. I'm sorry. I was trying to find the semi.
I haven't found one person yet that's used it and then been like, nope, I don't like it. Maybe not the first time because you're not used to it, but I mean, no, use it again. Okay,
Well,
I can get used to this.
Maybe your
Now
Bible.
I can't shit anywhere else.
Yeah, maybe your Bible state Christians, you know, those types of folks, and
No, I'm not allowed to do it. It feels like something going on.
that feels too good back there for me to use.
Oh, I bet they'd bidet back in the day. They probably
Martha, I got something else for you to do tonight. Jesus. Yeah, they would ban it, man. They'd be getting too damn many ideas back there. Okay, so this. I've lost track of what I was talking about.
Well, you were talking about the good and bad things about a bidet.
Okay, but no, we don't have a sponsor this week. Richard, like I said, Richard's been gone. Haven't been able to get any work out of him. We're just we're getting to that point where we're gonna have to start beating them again.
I was gonna use myself as a sponsor.
Use yourself.
But I figured it might be the money logistics. It confused me quickly, so I just gave up on the idea. That's
Won't even support his own station.
This show is
Jesus.
sponsored by me.
Yeah, sponsored by you.
I mean, if I had merch, if I had merchandise or something, then we could sponsor ourselves.
Okay, so far, well, I guess it'd be like third or fourth story by now. I got another one for you from actually I have two of them for you from my Navy days as a bosun's mate. We were in Yorktown, Virginia, at the ammo depot there. We were doing a offload. We had just come back from deployment to the Mediterranean, so we had to show up and offload what we didn't need anymore. And at one point, they were taking live missiles out of the missile launchers. And I was back on the fantail of the ship, and just watching the evolution more out of curiosity than anything else. Being a second-class petty officer, bosun's mate, I didn't have much to do, so. And so I'm back there, I'm watching. And I watched as the riggers put it in its cradle. I think it was a loop of leather or something in front and one in the back for a missile about 20 feet long, which kind of didn't make sense to me, but okay. They'd done this who knows how many times. And they started to move it, and all of a sudden, the strap on the front of the missile slipped loose. And next thing I know, I'm watching a live missile come down on the warhead and bounce off the deck, and thank God it didn't shatter. But by this point, it was too late to say anything to anybody else because they were all running for their lives. Up the starboard, and up the port side, and just, officers leading the way.
Boat anyway.
Yeah, well, it's funnier than hell to watch the officers, though, man. They're the ones leading the way, and let me through.
Yeah, follow me. Follow my lead. That's what I meant to do today.
But anyways, watching all these people just run up, running away from the scene of the accident and such. And there we are. We're sitting there with our magazine hatch open. So, if the thing had gone off, it would have taken the magazine hatch and gone down the hatch and taken our whatever was in our magazine out too. And needless to say, take us out. So if it went off, we were dead anyways. And I was standing, or more like leaning against the bulkhead of the aft superstructure, arms crossed, and just watching this whole incident happen. And just standing there and watching, thinking to myself, okay. And like I said, everybody else, elbows and assholes. About some hours later, Chaps was asking me, like, why didn't you run when everybody else did? And I just plainly told him, if it went off, we were dead. None of us was going to live through this. And if it didn't go off, well, I'm the guy that stood there and held up the bulkhead while the missile just lay there. Navy days, stupid people days, yeah. Yeah, we were some pretty stupid people. We did some stupid stuff. That's why.
And then your swinging brass balls hit the tip of that warhead, and then it goes off. Want another?
Yeah. I'll take another. Richard's getting us some more beer here, so we can continue. And by the way, shout out. Now, my next story. This is called. I like to refer to this as High Seas Jump Rope. The High Seas Jump Rope is a game that we like to play in what we call the anchor windlass room. It's where the machinery that hauls the anchor up and then releases the anchor whenever we want to anchor offshore. God, I hate it when it's a verb and it's a noun at the same time, It just depends on how you use it, the sentence, tone of voice and such. And anchor? What the hell are you talking about, John? Am I drifting again? Oh, no. So we used to play this game we called High Seas Jump Rope. Now, the idea of the game, the idea of the playing field, rather, is very much important. Oh, Richard finally found his headset. He's putting him on, and Testing 1, 2, 3. Is Richard's brain in there?
It was like I can hear you anyway,
Oh,
so
oh,
it's
oh,
like,
oh, oh. Yeah.
just can't hear myself. What's the problem?
So, so the playing field has to be just right first. You need high C's. Anywhere from 15 to 20 foot C's work great. Oh man, they're just amazing for this game. So what happens is the ship goes up a swell, drops into the trough, continues forward, hits another swell. That's what the ship does in a high C. It's pretty rhythmic. It's pretty well, you sleep real good with those kind of C's, I'll tell you that. So there we are in anchor windlass, and above us is some angle iron, piece of steel that goes the length of the space, has things to hang off of, angles to hang off of and whatnot. And it's usually about 10, 11 feet above our heads.
I'm trying to guess where this is going, but I don't have it yet.
Now, the thing about it is, when the ship is coming down into a trough off the top of a wave and dropping, there's a change in gravity at that point. It's amazing.
Yeah.
All right. All you do is you jump up as high as you can and wait for the ship, for the underside of the main deck to meet you so that you can grab it. And in that point, when you're waiting for it to meet you, zero gravity. You don't feel, you feel no gravity. It's great. It's a great, it was one of our favorite games to play. So there we are playing this game one afternoon, me and two seamen. And I misjudged my jump. So instead of getting just that great euphoric zero gravity feeling as you move, as you sort of like stay in one spot, you never moved in space, and a ship instead is doing all the moving for you up and down, And by misjudging my jump, I overshot a bit. It caught the angle iron with the top of my head. Needless to say, lights out for John right then and there. My buddy says, man, your body just went limp and you dropped 10 feet and whatever and landed on the deck. And we're like, what the fuck?
That's how it happened, huh?
And you had a goose egg on top of your head, on top, like you had a little head on top of the big head there. That's what it looked like when it first came out. So one of you assholes drew a face and eyes on it, didn't you? Well, of course we did, Boats. We had to. But we used to refer to that as, and the ride down, and I forgot to tell you about the ride down. The ride down is just as cool as the ride up, because when the ship starts to lift on that next wave, that's when you let go of the angle iron. And instead of your body being in any sort of movement, it's like it isn't. It's just sitting there in space in one spot and not going anywhere, and everything revolves around it for like a millisecond or so. That's really cool. And then the deck of the ship just comes up to meet you. And that was, ended your turn. It was the next guy.
That was pretty wild.
But, oh yeah, we loved playing that game. And that was one of our favorites. And I wasn't the only one to conk his skull. We had quite a few guys get conked, especially when they were just starting out. And they didn't know how to play the game proper, so... We used to have fun with that. It's amazing what service members will do when there's nothing else to do to entertain ourselves. I mean, unlike today's Navy, it seems like they've got internet, television, and God knows what else. Same day communication, same minute communication. With the friends and loved ones back home. Back in my day, all we had was a Mars radio, which you had to sign up for to use. The U.S. mail. I will never fault the United States Postal Service, and I back them 100%. But that's what we had to contact our loved ones and entertaining ourselves. We had to make stuff up, we used to roam around in little gangs from one berthing area to somebody else's berthing area and start a fight. Not just because anybody's mad or pissed off or anything. It's just because everybody's bored out of their mind and wants something to do. And we go into somebody else's berthing and either they kick the shit out of us or we kick the shit whatever happens. It doesn't matter.
It sounded like an episode of Jackass.
Oh no, man. Yeah, maybe it was. We used to have some fun out there. I had one guy managed to grab me about waist high and pick me up while I was coming at him. You know, I was off the ground coming at him. I had my hands up and I had my knees up and I was ready, to land on top with all four and beat the hell out of him. He managed to catch me by the waist, pick me up, and use my inertia to drop me over a table. Well, the bad thing about that table, it had what we called a knife edge around the end of the table, where the table actually has a little ridge there.
Okay.
Think about that. It's all made of metal and it's rounded.
Yeah.
Yeah. I came down on that with both shins. To this day, I swear, I broke my right shin. It hurt so bad. The left one didn't feel too good, but the right shin hurt so bad. And yet I stayed on my feet, and kept fighting with the guy because that's what we're doing, entertaining ourselves. But I still got a dent where I came down. I told the Navy doc and my chief petty officer, I tripped, I fell, and I hit the combing on a hatch or something. I forget what, a knife edge on the hatch with my chin, and I broke it. Nobody would believe it was broken, not even a doctor. Doctor looked at it, wiggled it a little bit. You're okay. Get off my table.
You went bang and then went.
So much for military health care. They sent me back to the ship. No cast, no cane, no nothing. And I got to tell you, man, walking around, that thing hurt a lot for a good long time. Yeah, but those are some of the games. I mean, you would learn, if you talk to the older guys, that if you would take your laundry.
Check out that bruise.
Oh,
No idea where it came from.
well, I do.
What's that?
Jen was mouthing you in the middle of the night. Never mind, we won't go.
There's something going on with my left leg now.
What's going on with your left leg?
No idea. It just hurts sometimes when I'm bending over doing the slop squat.
Well, that might have to do with the pain in your back.
Oh, but that's localized. That area.
No, that's not local, because that goes from there, and it's obviously going down to your elbow. So that's not localized. Localized is just there, and it never goes away.
It's complicated. It's complicated.
It's complicated.
It's very possible that
I'm
I'm drinking
trying.
and running from room to room, and that's how I cracked my toenail.
Okay.
I end up kicking something or bumping into something hard enough, and I forget about it. I'm like, whatever, and I keep going. I wake up the next day like, shit, that hurts. What the hell happened?
Yeah, and you look. Now you sound like a blackout drunk.
Well, I mean, that doesn't happen to me. I'm just not paying attention. I'm like, hey,
I know, but still, it's beginning to sound like a blackout.
So, bang, damn. Am I bleeding? No?
These
All
are
right, let's keep
blackout
going. We
drunk
got stuff to do. We got stuff to do.
Oh, man. Okay, so I'm going to tell you a little bit about my panel truck. Hey, Richard, do me a favor and go over there and look on the refrigerator, and there should be a picture of it. It's a black panel truck with the Spanish racing galleons on the side. I used to be the proud owner of a 1969 Chevrolet panel truck. As my father would say, probably the ugliest thing I ever bought. Though I loved it. Oh, yeah, 21 years old, going to college, rock and roll, 1979, 1980, 81, whatever it was at that time. And I'm rocking in this really cool, that's the one. I'm rocking in this really cool rock and roll, hang on a second. Put it to where you'll be able to put it in the camera. Hold it where you'll be able to put it in the camera. But
We'll have to focus on it.
I used rocking this thing with rock and roll and such, and woo, it had some features. Go ahead and a 1969 Chevy panel truck, jet black, as you can see, bicycle tires up front, 60s in the back. We had them Spanish galleons painted on the side there, and there's a chrome strip between the cab and the hood on the front. That was my truck. I loved that truck. Had a little 287 motor in it. Some pep, but not a lot. Some pep, but not a lot.
That is a tiny ass tire.
Yeah, we used to call those bicycle tires. You would match those in the front with the 60s in the back, just to look cool back in them days. It's like wearing bell bottoms, I guess. Look, my truck has bell bottoms. Oh, Jesus, man. But, yeah. Let's see, what is this? So I would go to the bar, pull up in what was perhaps the most unique vehicle out there that anyone had ever seen, for most part. Most people have never seen. I'd never seen one before I bought one. But had the loud pipes coming out the sides, I had paneling up in the back with ship's lanterns at opposite ends. You just had to flip a switch and on they would go. Cowboy poster of a cowboy for a whiskey ad on one side. A bed covering the truck's bed from one side to the other, front and back, of course.
All right.
Yeah, you got something like that. Yeah, that's our portable playhouse, baby. You got something like that, you don't let it go to waste, right? And of course, curtains between the cab and the back of the truck. And don't let me forget about the custom-made things to contain stuff. I had one made for a pony keg that sat pretty much near the, behind the cab, and I had one made for a keg for a pitcher of beer. That would be the driver's pitcher, of course, and we'd have a silly straw in there. This has to do with something else that was part of Texas history. But so, anyways, I went to this bar. One of my favorite bars. It's a place called Cooter Brown's out by UTSA, not too far from there. I'd been going to Cooter Brown's for quite some time. I pulled into the parking lot, and as I start to park the truck, some rich kid, I guess, with a brand new Camaro and an attitude, decided to hit the back bumper of my truck, as I was going into the parking spot. And I'm thinking, what the hell? What's going on here? So I get out of the truck after I park it. And
he's just telling you that he likes you.
You think? I get out of the car. I get out of my truck.
Why did we pull on girls' hair in school?
Nah. Okay. I see where this rhythm is going. Anyways, so I get out of the truck and I figure, he's going to have to give me some insurance information. I got to get some from him, and then our company's done, and any damage to my truck will be repaired. He gets out with an attitude of, "What's the idea of hitting my car?" And I go, "What are you talking about, man? You ran into me. I'm the guy that was pulling into a parking spot, and you ran into me from behind, no less." "Oh, yeah, well, that didn't happen that way. I'm not going through it. And if you try to claim any insurance, blah, blah." I said, "Okay, fine. Well, see, he made the mistake of parking across the parking lot right the other side behind me, on the other side of the parking lot. Oh, it was so much fun. I just enjoyed myself. I got back in the truck, started it up, put it in reverse, hit the accelerator. Bam! I hit that damn Camaro. Boy, I hit that son of a bitch.
Pretty sure we peaked there.
We're talking a early 70s Camaro versus a 69 Chevy panel truck, all steel wheel. Pulled up away from the impact, put it back in reverse, and did it twice more. By the time I was done, the back of the car was sitting like this. The body was like this. Let me see. I think, I think his frame is broken. And drove off. That was my 1969 panel truck. I loved that beast. That beast was something else. It was a great truck. Good hippie truck, I guess, at the time. But that wasn't the only thing. It had its own character. I mean, the driver's side windshield wiper just decided it doesn't want to work. The motor's gone now. It doesn't want to do anything. So when you're driving along in the rain, you have to hold the wiper out the window and drive at the same time. It gets a little confusing if you're not careful, especially if you're stoned at the time. Yeah, we used to call it the obvious stone mobile. That's right. So me and my buddy called it the obvious stone mobile. mobile. He asked me to borrow it one night to take his old lady, on a little ride because he was living with some other people at the time. They were just sort of living on their couch till they got their own place. So, yeah, here you go, man. Take the keys. Just make sure you bring it back without any new dents in the son of a bitch, He said everywhere they went to try to park, the police would follow them. Says you and that goddamn obvious stoned mobile, man. It was like something out of a Cheech and Chong dream.
But they had a whole truck made of weed in that movie, didn't they?
Yeah, and Cheech and Chong, the first one, Up in Smoke. Yeah, they had that whole. They brought in a cargo van, little cargo van, like a little Ford. Remember the Echo Line? I think they were called, the little Ford ones. The vans where the cab sat above the front wheel. Yeah, it looked something like that. They pulled it off too. That was the best part.
Hey baby,
But of course they pulled it off. It was
double bubble.
it was in the script. Oh, okay. Here's one from my from my time in Incirlik, Turkey. My father was stationed there, 75 to 77. We had been stationed at Ward Smith Air Force Base the previous 3.5 years, where of course it's cold as hell in the wintertime up there, and a lot of snow coming down every winter, and lakes and what do you call it, creeks and rivers freezing up. But all of a sudden we end up in Turkey in 1975. Well, it was in Turkey that I turned 18 years old and sort of went off the reservation, so to speak. There was no open rebellion in my case. I just sort of went off, did my thing, and my dad was so much into his job, and mom was having fun with friends, that first time she really had friends, which is, I'm glad for it, she did. Nobody was paying attention to John. He was just going off in all kinds of directions. I think I went through 3 years of puberty in 1 year. Well, I still say it puberty, so I must have not puberized yet.
Puberty? Yeah, I was about to say. I've never heard it pronounced puberty.
Yeah, I haven't been puberized yet, I guess. Puberty rise. Puberty rise, whatever. Yeah. Is that when you grow?
That's what I'm trying to think. It's like puberty is different from puberty, and that in puberty, it's when.
Jesus.
Nothing's coming to mind right now. There's a joke in there somewhere.
Yes, there is. Puberty and puberty?
Puberty and puberty. Like the
Puberty
difference between
and puberty and poopity. No, yeah, I mean,
puberty.
By this time, they've all read the book. Everybody poops, so I don't see it there being any poopery going on.
I take issue with that because the front of that book, they show an apple. Mm-hmm. Apples don't poop.
You want me spitting beer everywhere, right?
Now, the horse and the kid and the caterpillar or whatever else on there, yeah, I get that. But then they have like an apple with a bite out of it. I'm like, apples don't shit.
No, they were just showing you. They were just showing you where the shit came from.
So they're all eating up on the apples.
Yeah, I mean, okay. There was, I mean, they had the full cycle there. The in, and eventually in the title out. And why did it just go?
Oh, it wants you to just say you know what? Usually I hit escape and it goes away. Okay, that didn't work.
There's little X.
There you go. Yeah. It's wanting you to upgrade. I've been getting emails about it too. It's like,
your
Windows 10 is going away.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, I'm gonna wait until the last damn minute too.
I may never upgrade. I like Windows 10. Windows 10, Anyways,
I ain't gonna unfuck it when you get riddled with viruses. I'm just saying. Hey, you're using 11 over there.
Yeah.
Why can't you just?
Because I like 10.
Well, so do I.
And I'm going to use it as long as I can.
They're taking it away from us.
I know. It's like the Office suite. The Office suite went from Buy it in the store, put it on your computer,
check it.
go. Right?
Down there, I noticed you still have, and a lot of people that I see, posting their computers online, they still have that damn start button in the middle. Why are y'all doing that? There's an option under settings to move it over to the left, like where it belongs in Windows.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you're talking about on 11.
Yeah, on 11.
Okay, because I'm looking at 10 going, what?
Don't keep that shit in the middle. Don't let them win. At least take back some of your Windows 10. I'm sure there's stuff.
I could see your point there. I could see your point.
There's probably some stuff.
It never occurred to me before, but I see where you're coming from.
It could take you a couple hours to unfuck and uninstall and reset this and reset that and move this around and get this over here to where it's mostly kind of, aside from the start menu itself, still feels mostly like Windows 10.
Yeah, but see, there's only one problem.
So long as you never look at the start menu.
There's only one problem with that, though. There's only one problem. Well, see, it's not a problem for me anymore because I no longer do that kind of work. But a technician, after doing that to his own computer, logs into somebody else's Windows 11. Oh, shit, where's everything at? That's bound to happen.
Hey,
Anyways, I was in Insolent Turkey. And I'd been there about a year. I'd met my best friend, the freak, Billy Young. Okay, Billy, shout out to you out there in Maryland, brother. I know you didn't want to hear that, but there it is. And, well, one afternoon after working out at the gym, Billy and I, we went to, they call the Class 6 store on base. And to civilians, that's known as the liquor store. Okay, you can buy liquor.
Finally kicked in.
Good.
Finally kicked in.
That's what you need. You need 600 milligrams instead of 100. And I wish I hadn't said that on tape.
Well, no, that's not unusual. My body chemistry for some reason is highly resistant to treatment.
No.
It's just that way.
No. It has nothing to do with that. They weren't giving you enough in the first place.
Well, yeah.
That 100 milligram was, fuck you. I'll send you home with a couple, man.
Okay.
A little baggie full of them. That way you can you have something better going on.
Don't mind us. We're talking about candy.
Oh, that really looked. Oh man, that looked bad. That looked bad, man. Is that what you?
Yeah, that was a good joke. I like that where you wrote that down there.
Damn it.
We're just playing around.
Okay. So we had just finished working out. We're still in our gym clothes, and we need to go someplace, to cool off. The gym didn't have an air conditioner. Why would it? And so we decided we were going to go to see an afternoon movie.
You're sweating your balls off. That's where.
Yeah. So let me go find someplace I can, find some air conditioning and sit down and relax. So we decided to go see an afternoon movie. Well, before we went to see the movie, we went to the Class 6 store. Each of us bought 3 bottles of wine. 3. I don't know, 2 liter, 1 liter, whatever they were. About that tall. And we put them in our gym bags, 3 in his, 3 in mine. We leave the Class 6 store. We go up to a movie theater. We buy a ticket each. They don't say nothing about the bags. They see the gym clothes. They know me and Billy on site. And we go into the theater. And we sit near the front, away from there may be 15 or 20 people in maybe more than that. Maybe about 50 people in a 300-person, theater. No, we were sitting further back. We were sitting in the back row. That's right. We sat in the back row. And anyways, what you would do is you take your bottle of wine, stand it up in your gym bag, zip the gym bag closed till it hit that bottle, that neck. So it's going to hold it on its own. Open it up. And proceed to tipple. You ever seen a tipple? But you ever seen anybody take a whole gym bag, put it to their face, and just go, doo, 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 and not know what the hell's going on? That's what we did. We had the neck of our bottle of wine sticking out of the gym bag, so we could, whenever we wanted to. You'd finish one bottle, you set it down in next to your seat.
That's pretty
And-
inconspicuous. That's tricky. He's
Yeah.
like, what are you doing, sir? I'm just suckling on my gym bag.
I got-
Oh, okay. Carry on.
Well, that's why you sit in the back. So there we are. We'd put the empty down there on the floor, and stand it up. And, of course, grab the next bottle, stand it up, and go to town. Well, about 3/4 of the way through the movie, my friend Billy moved his leg in such a way, I don't know how, but managed to knock one of my bottles over. And as guilty as it sounded, rolling from the back down the inclined floor to the front of the theater, you could hear that bottle going clink, 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 clash, clink, clash, clash, clink, 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 clash. And then get to the bottom there under the stage and crash.
Make sure we don't make any noise. And then,
Yeah, we took off pretty quickly after that, in case they decided to start checking people and saying, who's got that damn wine in here? It's like turkey days, man. I love those.
I want to add one of my own.
Please do.
It's out of nowhere. It just reminded me. And I'm not really sure how my brain made this jump, but back when I was still living with my parents, I came back for some reason. I came back right before I was about to move to San Francisco, or this might have been right before I moved out. I don't remember. Anyway, what I do remember is buying a big can, like, about yay big, giant, bigger than a Folgers, thing of that Rico's nacho sauce.
Oh, that
Cheese
nasty
sauce.
stuff.
Yeah, I bought it, and I was like, oh man, yeah, when you get the nachos and you get that weird, like, they call it cheese, but it's not.
It's an aftertaste. Yeah, it's a nasty aftertaste.
Like, I bought one of those and some chips. I'm taking this bottle. I'm trying to sneak upstairs. My dad's on the couch. I drop it.
The cheese or the bottle?
The cheese. and this thing goes. My dad's like, what the hell was that? I was like, sorry. I just dropped something. Picked it back up. Because, this is like midnight, 1 a.m, something like that. I'm sneaking up into the room with a friend, and we're gonna eat this fucking nacho cheese and plug our colons up. I guess I don't know, but I get to the top. It happens again. I don't know how. I don't know how. I get to the top of the stairs. Just like, what the fuck is going on? It's like, I'm just dropping the cheese. I don't know what to tell you. That is what's happening. I'm dropping cheese.
You see what else this could be made out to think, Cut the cheese, dropping cheese, basically the same thing. Well, stop farting so loud, damn it. I'm trying to sleep. Your mother kicked me out of the bed again, damn it.
Just dropping 5-pound jug
Richard,
of
talk
cheese,
to me. I'm hurting. I'm sorry, man. I shouldn't have gone that far.
I'm feeling all right now, but I know the knives are coming back. That's the problem.
Well, anyways, I think that's another episode of John Sees the World, or does John see the world? We've had fun, and welcome back, Richard.
Yeah.